Drop it.
Hey guys, this is Ray from YouHookah here, and in this video I'm doing a review on the Hookah Box. The Hookah Box is a monthly subscription service where every month they'll send you a box full of hookah supplies and accessories. Basically everything you need to get you ready to smoke throughout the month. This is very similar to some of the other services out there right now for some other industries. So one thing that comes to mind is Blue Apron. Blue Apron's monthly subscription service, and they'll send you basically all the ingredients so you can make a home-cooked meal, which is nice because it takes out that factor of having to pick out ingredients and figure out a meal, and they just take that out and provide you those ingredients and you make the meal. So this is very similar, except it's with hookah. So they'll send you coals, they'll send you shisha, they'll send you different accessories, everything you need to enjoy hookah. So I'll show you what I got in this box in a minute, but I'll give you some details about what you can expect with the hookah box. So every month you're going to get 200 to 250 grams of shisha. And this isn't just one container of shisha. You're actually going to get an assortment of flavors and an assortment of brands. So the hookah box is really meant to allow you to sample different products and different flavors. So that's really nice. They're not just going to send you one flavor. It's not meant to be like a 1 month supply of shisha. And, if they did that, you may or may not like the flavor, and you're really not going to have a chance to sample much stuff if you're only getting one of those once a month. So instead, they send you different flavors, different brands, and different accessories. So with each box, you get 200 to 250 grams of shisha from different brands, different flavors, each box. So that could be anywhere from a 50-gram sample to a 100-gram sample. And they'll send you coals, just enough coals so you can go through essentially all the shisha that they send you. There's two options for coals. So when you order the hookah box, there's a drop down on their website, hookahbox.com, where you can choose natural or quick lights. If you choose natural, they're going to send you titanium coals, which is what I'm going to recommend. If you choose quick lights, they are going to send you Three Kings. So they're sending you premium coals. So on top of the shisha, on top of the coals, they're also going to give you various accessories. So in this box, I got tongs, mouth tips, and pre-punched hookah foil. But that varies and it changes every month. So talking to the guys from Hookah Box, they were telling me that some months you might get a bowl, or you might get even a hose, or an ice hose accessory. I mean, they'll send you random accessories like a foil puncher, just different things. So you're not always going to get the same thing. And you're also not always going to get the same brand or the same flavors. They said they try to send you flavors that are good for mixing. And I have to agree with that with this box that I got. And I'll show you in a second what I got, but they sent out two flavors that I think are classics for mixing together. And they try to change up the brand. So it's really allows you to just sample different products. So just some of the brands that they send for shisha include Fakher, Nakla, Starbuzz, Fumari, Nirvana, Fantasia, Haze, Tangiers, and they said they'll be adding more. So, I mean, really, you're getting a lot of the top well-known brands in the market. You're getting samples of, not just, different brands, but different flavors. So very cool for a monthly subscription service. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside this. Before I show you what's inside, I want to say it's really nice, the box this comes in. Basically everything fits in here, and what's nice about it is that it's resealable. So you can keep all your, the shisha and coals and stuff that you got for the monthly box from the Hookah Box. Keep it in here and close it up when you're done with it and put it away. So really nice box that comes in. So let's take a look at what's inside. This month they sent Nakla 2 apples. 2 apples is very, very classic flavor. Just in general, I mean, a lot of people know Nakla 2 apples. When I started smoking 10 years ago, this is like one of the main things I was smoking. And every 2 apple flavors that's out there, a lot of people often compare it to Nakla 2 apples just because it's that popular. So definitely a classic. They also included 2 50-gram samples of Fakher mint and lemon. You know, there's no mistake that they included these 2 together. This is a very, very popular mix. Also happens to be one of the 2 flavors that I smoked mixed together when I started smoking hookah 10 years ago. So it's nice that they included this. You know, definitely takes me back to many years ago when I first started smoking hookah. And what's cool about this is that if you're a new hookah smoker, you know, you might have not known that mint and lemon mixes well together, but they kind of take that guesswork out of it for you and just include it together so, you know, you can enjoy this wonderful mix. And the last flavor they included is Fumari Ambrosia. This is a 100-gram bag, and Ambrosia is a very popular flavor from Fumari. It's very top rated. You know, definitely they included one of the top flavors from Fumari. I would say out of all these 3 brands, I mean, I personally like Fakher more as a brand, but Ambrosia Fumari would probably be considered the premium one that they included from these 3, just specifically this flavor. So, you know, you get 3 different brands, 4 different flavors, you know, really a lot of different products you could sample. So that's what you get with the shisha. So I chose to get natural coals, and I highly recommend everyone, even if you're a beginner, to, you know, try out and get the natural coals. So if you choose the natural coals from Hookah Box, they're going to send you 2 16-count boxes of titanium coals. So in total, you're getting about 32 coals. 32 coals should be enough for all the shisha. I mean, it's definitely enough to sample all of it. Will it be enough for, you know, all 250 grams? Ultimately depends on kind of what bowls you're using and how you're smoking, but definitely more than enough to be able to sample all these flavors. On top of all this, you're also getting in this box some pre-punch hookah foils. Personally, I don't use this. I like using my own foil and doing my own hole patterns, but if you're a beginner, this might be nice. Even if you're not a beginner, you just may prefer to have these kinds of foils. I'm not sure how many are in here, but just by looking at it, I'm gonna guess there's probably at least 20 in here. So definitely a good amount, so you can have, you know, multiple sessions and test out all these flavors. They also included this month a whole bunch of mouth tips for the hoses. So here you go, a whole bunch of you know, mouth tips so you could have with your hose. You know, I don't really use mouth tips when I'm smoking by myself, but whenever I have a guest, I think it's nice to have, especially if you're just smoking with a group of people. You know, it's nice to have, you know, let everyone have a mouth tip. So pretty cool they included that. And the accessory they included this month are classic tongs. Now, I have a whole bunch of these. I mean, I've kind of lost count of how many of these classic tongs I have, but you can never have too many, because I've also lost count of how many times I've lost these things. You know, this is just your typical classic tongs. Nothing too fancy. There's definitely more premium tongs out there. But if you're new to smoking, you know, it's nice to have just full size tongs, you know, with your hookah supplies. So there you go. That's everything that was included in this one box. There was 250 grams of shisha, you know, enough titanium coals. I would consider these premium coals. Got some tongs, mouth tips, and hookah foils. Now, if I was a member and got this every single month, if I got these 3 brands, I would probably not like the Hookah Box. But, you know, that's not how it is. You actually get an assortment of different brands. So while I'm getting Fakher, Nakla, and Fumari this month, you know, maybe next month they'll send, you know, Haze and Tangiers and maybe Fakher again, but a different flavor. So cool thing about this is you can really kind of explore and experiment with different mixes with many different brands and many different flavors. And you also get different accessories. So just because they sent Tongs this month doesn't mean I'm going to get Tongs next month. Hookah Box says that they send a bunch of different accessories, so it's always a surprise. It may be, they might throw in another sample of shisha. They might throw in a bowl. They might throw in a hose. I mean, you never know where you're going to get as far as the accessories. So definitely a lot of things in this one box. So as you saw, the Hookah Box has a bunch of different things in there. And I think it's really a great value of what you're getting because it's including a bunch of different things that really allows you to sample different brands and different flavors, especially with the shisha. Now, this is priced at $35 a month, which I think is a great price because if you were to order 250 grams of shisha and add in a whole bunch of different accessories and coals and add shipping to that, you would probably have an order that totals up to $35, if not more. So I think it's priced well. Now, the Hookah Box may not be for everybody. There's a few kinds of people that I think it's great for. So number one, this is absolutely great for someone that is a beginner with hookah. I know when I started smoking hookah 10 years ago, even back then when there were not as many brands as there are right now in the market and definitely not as many flavors, it was a bit overwhelming for me to buy shisha. When I first started, I didn't buy shisha online. I would buy it at a local Middle Eastern store near my college, and all they really had was like Fakher and Nakla, but they had a bunch of different flavors. And I remember I would go and buy it, and just as a beginner, really not know what to pick. So often, as a beginner, what I would do is just pick the same flavor, what I was most familiar with. And I was afraid to, sometimes venture out into a different flavor because I wasn't sure if I would like it or not. And then I would be stuck with 250 grams of something that I didn't like. So it could be, a bit overwhelming as a beginner. With the Hookah Box, you're going to get different brands to sample from. So if you've never had Haze, if you've never had Tangiers, if you never had all the different brands that they send you, this gives you an opportunity to try them. And it also gives you an opportunity to try different flavors. So, sometimes some of the local shops that have hookah supplies may only carry 250 grams. So with this, you don't have to worry about, getting too much of one flavor that you may not like because they're sending you samples of between 50 to 100 grams. So it really allows the new smoker to sample and experience different flavors. The second type of person I would recommend this to is, someone that may have been smoking for a while, but hasn't tried everything on the market. So for $35 a month, every month you're going to get a surprise. Put aside the accessories and the coals and stuff that you get, but you're going to get different flavors and different brands. So no matter how long you've been smoking, there's so many flavors out there. There's so many different brands that you are likely to come across something that you've never had before. So with the Hookah Box, it's really nice because you may get some surprises here and there, and you may have, discover a new flavor that you really enjoy and becomes one of your favorites. So even for the experienced smoker that's been smoking for a while, Hookah Box is something definitely nice to have. Third type of person I would recommend this to is someone that wants to essentially give this as a gift. So you may have, let's say, a boyfriend or girlfriend or a friend that has everything hookah related. I mean, they got all the different hookahs, all the different bowls, all the accessories, all the hoses. They smoke a lot. They have a lot of different brands and stuff like that of shisha, and getting them another accessory or getting them another hookah is really not going to be that big of a surprise to them. Getting a Hookah Box or giving that as a gift to someone, I think, is really cool because it's going to surprise them every month. It's going to be that gift that every month you don't know where you're going to get. You may get some new flavor, some new accessory that you may have heard of and just never got, but Hookah Box is going to provide that to you. So 3 kinds of people that would get that. Personally, I wouldn't get the hookah box myself because I've been smoking for 10 years now. I've tried tons of different flavors, tons of different brands, and I've kind of developed a base of themes that I like. So, you know, instead of just trying random things out there in the market, when a new brand comes out with a flavor, if that's some kind of flavor that I know I like from another brand, I'll try and pick that out. So that's just me, but I think Hookah Box is great for a lot of people. Definitely recommend it for you to check it out. Cool thing about the Hookah Box is that there is no commitment. So you can get it for $35, and if you decide it's not for you, you just cancel the membership and that's it. I mean, you don't have to commit to a year or anything like that. So that's something really cool about it. If you have the Hookah Box, make sure to leave a review on YouHookah.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe.